here at the rodeo inside the HEB Little Buckaroo Farms, and Connie's here again with me. We're talking about gardening, and it doesn't matter where you live, small place, big place, it doesn't matter, right, Connie?
Anybody can grow something.
Yes. Okay, so tell us, how can we do this?
Well, these are different herb plants. Herbs are good because you can put them in the kitchen, you can put them in a window. They need all the sun they can get, and they're pretty easy to care for as long as you don't water them too much.
Okay.
You want to keep them moist, but you don't want to overwater them too much.
What kind of herbs are we talking about?
Well, this is sage. If you want to take a little piece of it and smell it. It smells good. And this little leafy one here is thyme.
Oh my goodness.
And then we have some different kinds of parsley that you can plant.
Wow.
I like the sage and the thyme. I think they're kind of good.
Yeah.
And you can recycle. You can use any kind of pot.
I like that.
This is in that pretty container. You can poke holes in the bottom of it so you have drainage. So
this is something you usually get like at the store. You put your cookies in here, right?
Cookies or coffee.
Yes.
So they're pretty containers. Poke a couple holes in the bottom for drainage.
Okay.
We don't have them, but you poke a couple holes with a nail. Then you can put a coffee filter in the bottom. Now, I'm not a horticulturalist, but I've learned to do this by watching their classes. And again, the Backyard Basic classes teach you how to do all these kinds of things. Put a coffee filter in there so that we hold the soil in. Then we're going to use some good quality potting soil, and you can go to your nursery and they can help you with that.
Okay.
And these little pellets are slow release fertilizer, and they work in any kind of plant you're going to put in your pot.
Slow release fertilizer.
They tell me that's a secret.
Oh, got it.
So you want to put some dirt and dip some of that in there, and I'll get my little sage
roll
plant.
up my sleeves
roll
here.
up your sleeves.
All right.
This is a hands-on building.
Yes, it is.
And our classes are hands-on classes. You actually get to
Go ahead and
can
put this in there.
and put it in there.
Okay.
You get to can or pot or do cutting, so you actually get to do things when you come to our classes.
This is good.
It's got some compost in there. You see some leaves
Yes, I
and some
do.
mulch.
You want me to just keep pouring?
Keep pouring. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Now we're going to take and make a little well for a little plant, set it in here. You want to make sure you plant it even. You don't want to plant it too much deeper than it was before. So if you want to just kind of sprinkle some around.
Okay. Put it in there.
Put it in here, we'll sprinkle it around.
This is great because
now,
if you live in an apartment or even homeowner, you can definitely do this at home.
and if you have children, it's a good way for them to start to learn about nature and growing and taking care of stuff. Now, we have tomatoes over here too. You can grow a tomato.
You can grow tomatoes?
If you're an apartment dweller, you can, or if you're like me, you don't want to dig in the dirt outside, those will grow in 5-gallon buckets or 2-gallon buckets. Depends. Some of the gardeners will tell you 5, and some will tell you 2, and some will tell you 20. So at the nursery, they can tell you, or you can call our office and ask a master gardener on our hotline, and they can tell you. But these are the rodeo tomatoes. Those are Tigris.
I like
The Extension
that.
Service works to develop those, so that's a new variety every year. And this year's rodeo tomato is a Tigris. You can get them here. This is the first place to get them, and they'll be hitting the nursery shelves pretty soon.
I want to mention this. I see this here. In fact, this is not the only obscure container.
right.
You've got more here. Tell us about this. Why put dirt in a plastic bottle?
Well, this is a little rooting container. They've cut it apart. They put the little dirt, put their cutting, and they put it back in, and it makes its own little terrarium or little. It waters itself, does the moisture, and so that's a good way for kids to learn about it. It's very short and quick.
You have more examples of terrariums.
Using recycled or reusable containers. There's all kinds of different containers over there they can use. And that's just a short little quick way to plant something and have people grow, and then you can cut these, use them in your house. Grow a tomato, see the cycle.
Connie, you can have your own little produce aisle at home.
You can.
Right. And don't forget that, you can also stop here and take a look at some of the animals that you have here.
That's right. And this building is meant for kids and families to experience where food comes from, to see the cabbage plants, the tomato plants. We have broccoli growing in some of the gardens. We have cabbage and cauliflower, so they can actually see what the plants look like and learn that our food comes from farmers and agriculture, not from the grocery store.
It's really important to understand how we get our food.
It is, and I think it gives us all a basic touch with nature and back to our roots to know that somebody's raising the food that we eat and they're taking care of it for us.
Wow, well, I commend anybody that has to be out, talking about agriculture, because this is really educational. We got to learn more about it.
We do, and we have to be committed to helping our farmers.
Exactly. Okay, thank you so much, Connie.
Thank you.
Dr. Connie Shepherd. Wow, this is interesting. So don't forget, stop by here, HEB Little Buckaroo Farms inside the rodeo grounds. Look out for these signs here, Texas A&M Agri-Life Extension. They got a lot of information from Backyard Basics, from the farm to the table, all you need to know. So stay with us, everybody. We got some dish coming up. That's after the break.